A time now for business, and John Amakum has joined us.
Hello, John.
Hi, Aroba. You're brightening the space, you know.
It's always good to be here in the company of great men.
Exactly.
What's in business?
Business, you know, Ecobank Transnational Incorporated actually had their AGM, that's annual general meeting today, and as part of the agenda, they decided to raise almost about $700 million to expand their operations here in Africa. But for one or two reasons, Ecobank could not do that. They had to actually suspend and withdraw that particular proposal.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So we're looking at that. We'll be linking up with George Yaffe, who is currently at Lome, on that particular issue. And if we have more time, we'll be looking at some other stories as well, Israel.
Thank you very much, John. You take it.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Now time for business. And Ecobank has put on hold plans to raise some $700 million through right issue. The bank plans to seek shareholders' approval for this at the extraordinary general meeting and the annual general meeting with shareholders in Lome, Togo. But the board chairman announced the decision to suspend the plan just at the start of the meeting. I spoke to George Yaffe earlier, and then he also joins me here online to sort of talk to that. George, if you can hear me, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, John, and I can hear you loud and clear here.
Good. How's Lome this evening? And what can you tell us? What is new?
Well, what is new is about the growth strategy of Ecobank Transnational Incorporated, which you might call them the parent company of Ecobank Ghana.
Okay.
Basically, there is talk about using technology as a growth strategy going forward. So you wouldn't see any aggressive branch expansion when it comes to Ecobank, but more be heavy on technology to grow the bank.
Okay,
that is what we are picking up from the bank here in Lome when the chief executive tried to explain some things to me after the annual general meeting.
All right, what is actually informing this particular decision to go technological instead of the usual branching that we've known for some time now?
I think from their research, they've seen that it looks like brick and mortar would just not do the trick for them every day. And that is why they've seen that in terms of going the IT way, they can reach out to more people, and it's less.
George, okay. It looks like we've lost George Yaffe there, but we've lost him. But then, as and when we touch base with him, we're actually going to bring him back to tell us more on the AGM of Ecobank Ghana and also Ecobank Transnational Incorporated. Now, moving on here, our Great Development Bank (ADB) is targeting to become the best bank in the country in the next 3 years. As part of strategic plans, the bank plans placing premium on customer service to boost performance and penetration into the banking industry. Managing Director Daniel Asiedu revealed to Joy Business when management of the Multimedia Group Limited paid a working visit at the bank headquarters.
The delegation from the Multimedia Group Limited was led by the CEO Kwesi Chum. The visit was aimed at strengthening the existing business relationship with ADB. Speaking to Joy Business after a meeting held behind closed doors, the managing director of ADB, Daniel Asiedu, was confident about an improved relationship between both institutions.
Clearly, I think that it's been like a partnership, and because I have also had a very good relationship with the group where I'm coming from, I intend to even take the relationship to the next level, because you see it's a partnership, and we have to make sure that together we work to promote the good of the bank and also Multimedia. So whatever we can do to support Multimedia, we will, and whatever they have to do to support us, they have done, and we believe they will continue to do. So we appreciate the relationship and we hope that it will improve.
Mr. Asiedu, who assumed office in March this year, also shared with the Joy Business his company's strategy to be the #1 bank in the country.
Well, first of all, let me say that ADB is perhaps one of the strongest brands in this market. ADB has so much to offer the Ghanaian public. With 78 branches, with a lot of products, with a lot of services, good people and all that, I think that ADB has a lot to offer. I think our vision is to see ADB being the best bank in this country within the shortest possible time, perhaps about 3 years from now, and we are working aggressively to ensure that that is achieved. I think one area that which we are addressing aggressively and seriously is the area of customer service. And I can assure you now that if you walk to any branch of ADB, you will see that there is a new ADB with a new people ready to serve. And like I said, very soon ADB is going to be the bank of choice in this country.
Okay, we do have George Uyafi back from Lomé, who is actually monitoring events there. George, you're welcome. You're back. And, you know, earlier you did indicate to the fact that the company wanted to raise almost about $700 million to expand their operations. And then at a point in time, they've had to actually withdraw this particular decision. What exactly, can you share with our viewers some of the points which actually culminated into taking this decision?
Well, John, as I was explaining to you earlier on, it looks like the board also did their homework because engaging some of the institutional investors, what I got from them was that they were against that move. And the concern here is about their interest being diluted if they go ahead to raise this amount of money because capital is quite difficult now. And it looks like when they are even given the first right, they might not be able to raise that $700 million. So their concern was about their interest being diluted, and therefore they were looking at ways to also stop the board from going ahead. So what I got from some of the shareholders is that they were going to vote against it if that resolution was indeed tabled. But for the board chairman, his argument was that the environment might not be that good for them to go ahead with this, and therefore he's stepping down that resolution of seeking shareholders' approval to go ahead and raise this $700 million.
Okay, George, before we let you go, can you share with us some of the implications this particular withdrawal is going to have on the company's attempt at actually expanding? Now you are talking technology here, and technology comes with money. You need to finance some of these projects. So now that they are withdrawing the raising of about $700 million, what is actually going to be? I mean, what's going to be the impact on the company?
Well, John, the interesting thing is that if you compare going or being aggressive on fiscal evidence or the fiscal branches compared to technology, there's some huge savings there. You might also see that that could be the reason why the board is now saying that they want to be heavy in terms of using IT to grow the bank, because that is less expensive compared to going with the fiscal branches all over the country. So it might come with some challenges, but what we are picking up from the bank is that, listen, we've always prepared ourselves for some of these unforeseen issues, and therefore trust management, trust board will still find a way around it to manage this bank and grow the bank, being heavy on IT as in not going with the fiscal evidence way, John. Okay,
we thank you very much, George, for your time here on Business on Prime. We expect to see you here on Monday, God willing, so be safe, right? Exactly so, and that was my colleague George Uyafi, the monitoring event there in Lomé at the annual general meeting of Ecobank Transnational Incorporated, actually, who is bringing us up to speed on the what exactly informed the decision of the board and the management of the bank, or the group, to sort of like withdraw that earlier proposal to raise about $700 million for expansion and some other capital injection by Ecobank Transnational Incorporated. That has been with, and George also brought us up to speed on that. And plus, the new dimension of Ecobank Incorporated actually now trying to go away from the brick and mortar and also go technological. Now, time to look at your stocks and your investment and how they are faring here in Ghana, and also the commodities of Ghanaian interest. Basically, yeah, we'll be looking at that. And in Ghana, the Ghana Stock Exchange actually did not do that well after recording a total of about 26,288 in terms of volume at a total value of 192,107. That activity level brought the market to close to about 54,328,061,000 Ghana cedis. That also did have some impact on the composite index. That's the measuring, the benchmark which measures the performance of the exchange. That came to almost about 3.63 at a total of 11.20 year on year in terms of performance. But the financial index, which measures the performance of the total financial stocks, actually is also decreasing gradually, almost around 14%. Now, we had three movers on the market. Cal topping it after returning a PESWA to its investors at now, and we actually opening market to on Monday at 84 cents. And at the commodities market, crude oil, after recording $2.11, trading currently at 49.30 per barrel. Gold, after gaining 12, now trading around 1,294. Cocoa gained 41 to be trading currently around 3,060. Now, the currency CD did quite well today, or it closed the week very well after a record and some appreciation against the US dollar, against the British pound, against the euro, the Chinese yuan, but only lost to the CFA franc. So that is it for the CD and also for the markets here and also on Business on Prime. My name is John Kojo Amuako. The show continues.